Life is a beautiful art. We are the creators of our reality. And it doesn't matter what you do, it matters who you be.
Being in that place where things are just clicking. Serendipity happens regularly. Synchronicities happen regularly. You know, when we are busy and doing, it fills us up rather than drains us, and it flows from the center of our being. It's like going with the river, whatever the river's doing.
But this is a little pretty massive.
Take 17. Okay, let's try that again. To actually paint a picture of how we see this, the old way and the new way around approaching a SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, which is typically done for businesses. And we're saying, no, let's actually do it for human beings. Hey, let's actually do it for the whole human race.
Mm-hmm. With the context of business, the context of creativity, and the context of
life or death.
And it is finding the voice to hear, do I really need to execute right now? And if I do, then I'm going to draw on my resourcefulness and my internal resources to help me. And if I don't, then I need to tame that voice inside me. And that's a big journey for me right now. Like, who am I if I'm not working full time? What value do I have?
The thing that we've not ever been taught is how to actually run this human system from this other being system, which is more of our higher self, that aspect of ourself that's informed through the heart, which is the beingness system, software and hardware. And then the humanness system is more run by the head, and this is how we've been educated, this is how society's been built, it's all been head first. And I think we've gotten to where we've gotten to, which has been fantastic, but now we need to change it up.
Right. People's hearts have been opened, or broken open through, it always has been this way, that the idea is changing the conversation from continually holding a perspective that is of a dualistic nature and coming to a conversation that is of a holistic, unified nature. Strengths, resourcefulness, and humanity. Strengths, I think creativity, I think humans naturally have a lot of compassion as well.
Yes.
We have our ability to love and forgive.
Yes, we literally have an empathy neuron up here. Where Jeremy Rifkin wrote a whole thesis on the empathic civilization, saying, hey, you know what? We've discovered this thing called the empathic neuron, which allows us to actually engage with other people and feel them as if they are us. So for sure, humanity is going to be okay. Because at our very nature, although we've actually been killing each other forever, we have the biology that allows us to be empathic and as well as therefore loving. And then I see all the other men in that family doing the professional victim thing at this point, and all the other women in the family doing the professional rescuer. And they're starting to look at themselves in ways that I could never have hoped to have that conversation. And it was a function, really, of us working through this with the idea of, I'm a model creator. I actually have to create them after they've actually presented. But when we first got together, I thought I was going to be able to proactively do it and say, okay, let's go. Yeah. Our whole life is a Groundhog Day because we created a matrix, a neural matrix. Yeah. So if we spend time, we spent a year together. Yeah. At this point in time, we don't talk about the furniture and sitting on here and the painting and whatever. It's all part of our neural network. So we scan it and we know what that means. But we also have the association with good times and bad times. And if in fact, in our relationship, we got triggered a whole bunch, and we were spending most of our time down here, I'd just walk into the room and that's where I would go. With you and I, and we would stay stuck there forever. And that's what's going on in society. Like, you have people in relationships, they don't even have to talk at this point in time. All they do is they wear their past. And what we do, like, we made this conscious pact to say, okay, so every day we're going to actually be at a higher frequency than the day before, and recognize every single time something comes up, that's an opportunity for us to trigger the shame, the grief, the terrible, whatever the thing that's keeping us back, and then let it go. So the big pivot is about continuous pivot, all the time, pivot. So you proceed, pivot, or punt your existing strategy. So people need a new orientation to SWOT because they need a new orientation to strategy. And we thought about this concept about a year ago, about the SWOT for the species, because as a species, we're only working with 5%. 95% is actually informed by the subconscious, and most people are not even tapping into that. How are you going to actually move forward if you don't even know that exists or how to tap into that? That's a big dilemma. So we're doing it on their behalf.
To the creatives. To the creatives in all of us.
Creatives and all of us. I'm blown away. This is what happens when this happens, right? We get the camera on, and then I go, hey, look at that as an idea. Isn't that like the best thing? How that all fell into perfect shape.
This triangulation is the metaphor of the grassroots movement from the back.
The grassroots. There's grass there, and it's the roots we're picking up. It's being moved over here. Grassroots
From the back to the front. Because when you're in the swamp, it's up is down is down is up.
Well, it's better to be out front to help